Hello, my name is Logan and I'm your host, the Mighty Pirate. In today's video, we are going to discuss the Highlander. My sources for today's video are Technical Readout 3025, Technical Readout 3050 Upgrade, and Sarna.net. Having served the Star League Defense Force with distinction for almost 2 centuries, the Highlander earned its place in the history books with an absolutely stellar combat record. Yet, it's not its withering firepower or superior armor protection that gives this mech its battlefield reputation. Instead, it is best known and widely feared because of the infamous Highlander burial. The Highlander entered service within the Star League Defense Force in the late 26th century. Within decades, it had made its way into nearly every regular Army battle mech regiment. The reason was very simple. It made an incredibly capable mech. Originally meant to be the focus of a city stronghold defense, the Highlander's mobility and wide-ranging weapons proved that it could command just about any battlefield, no matter the circumstance. With a Gauss rifle and an LRM-20 launcher as its primary weapons, the Highlander can engage targets at extreme ranges with withering fire, and if its opponent manages to close past its LRM minimum range, it can deliver a killing blow with its SRM rack and medium lasers. 15.5 tons of ferrofibrous armor, case-protected torsos make it all but an unstoppable force, the perfect assault mech. And then there is perhaps its greatest asset, its integral jump jets. The death from above tactic has long been considered a desperate move, but with the advent of the Highlander and its specifically reinforced legs, it became a virtual art form. Mech warriors used the threat of a Highlander burial, which could literally drive a light mech into the ground to scare away all but the boldest of enemies. As it did with the Star League Defense Force of old, the Highlander serves in attack, fire, assault, and command lances throughout the Comm Guards and Blakist Militia. Relatively few have found their way into the Draconis Combine military service in the 3030s, almost all of which have been completely stripped of advanced technologies, but a handful remain in service inside the Ghost regiments. Perhaps unsurprisingly, the clans are even known to have put an original Highlander on the field. Since the reopening of Star Corps factories on San Hoa in 3057, brand new Highlanders have also been pouring into the ranks of Valyrian battle mech units, both regular, army, and mercenary. Assigned to pro-Catherine units prior to and during the Fedcom Civil War, most remain within Valyrian armed forces, though some have managed to find their way into other households. When Comstar began to upgrade its mech forces in the late 3050s, the Highlander was one of the many designs that saw a minor facelift. Now sporting double heatsinks, a Streak SRM-4, an Artemis-enhanced LRM-20, and a C3 suit, the new Highlander 736 is even more potent of an enemy. I'm going to conclude this with a notable mech warrior, Eddie. The Highlander known only as Eddie appeared on LeBlanc during the War of 3039, fighting alone against Theodore Corrida's raiding force. Ever since, it has moved from mercenary unit to mercenary unit, and from one end of the inner sphere to the other. The mech's unmistakable bright red with crisscrossing white and black stripes. But its pilot is unknown, always wearing a mask and a plain jumpsuit outside of the cockpit. He is never wanted for work, choosing his contracts carefully. After a long run on Addicts, he is currently making his way into the Combine with a group of Draconis Combine military service prisoners he freed from a Fed Sons prisoner of war camp. That will conclude my video on the Highlander. My next video is most likely going to be another mech lore video. I am working towards getting 1,000 subscribers. When I do, I'm going to make a long form video on super heavies. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Have a great weekend.